it's in IX?
No,
That's
Oh,
what
okay.
Alex said.
I don't think so. I think there's Cat.
I know GG and Cat.
GG, Cat,
Rex.
Q, Rex.
No, Q is leaving. He's
Oh,
not in there
but
anymore.
well, he's in currently, right? So
No, I think he might just left today. I'm not sure. 'Cause he's joining that TC guild.
TC.
But
You mean
anyway.
Team Clan?
Yeah.
Oh, we're streaming.
Poor guy.
Oh, we're fucking live. Are you? Oh shit!
Oh, we're live, team.
All right,
Let's-
everyone
I'm
mute.
so
Everyone mute.
embarrassed right now. I'm
Everyone
muting
mute.
myself.
It's fine.
Oh,
I got
okay.
this.
So
I'll save the
embarrassed.
day. Okay, Chris, time to mute.
There's only one team on the Google Doc that
Hello.
actually has a roster.
How you doing? The stream has started. My name is Georgy. We're gonna get the music going here soon.
I don't know why. I was
Welcome
working so
to the
hard.
first round of the Tier 2 GvG
people
Invitational,
who,
or as I like to
die?
call it, TGI. Tonight
Is
we have
anyone
two excellent matchups coming up. First, we're gonna have Night Legion versus the Fluttering Horde. Gonna be a good game. Gonna be a good matchup. We're gonna get the predictions here soon, and then later tonight it's gonna be Boo versus the Guild Unknown, the Aussie Guild. And they are Guild Unknown. All right, I'm gonna kick it over to Faov. He's gonna introduce Night Legion. All right, go ahead.
They
Oh,
told me
sorry,
that
my
the
bad.
thing was up, so I
Wow.
Black
thought
Legion
it was up.
is a Brazilian
But
guild.
apparently,
They're
this
known
mission
in
was
some other
bugged.
communities and various other
just
games.
told me
They
that it was up, but the
have
door was
made
closed.
a guild on Guild Wars 2 to compete as a GvG force.
People were.
And their
Right.
driver is it's Cap from Night Shift.
All right, so let's go over to the Fluttering Horde. What do you know about them?
Fluttering Horde entered the GvG scene in 2013, participating in 3 leagues after departing from Anvil Rock, which is where they originated from.
You know what's
TFH.
funny about that? Real
What?
quick, I remember them on Anvil Rock, and that's where I got my start.
Damn, dude.
That's
like
that's way back.
Those are your brothers, dude.
That blows my mind, actually.
Yeah, it's pronounced Manville Rock.
Anvil Rock.
So TFH
right?
moved to Crystal Desert for the 2014 World v World tournament before finally arriving in Fort Aspenwood. In the GvG arena, TFH are an inspiring monument to failure, or so they say about themselves.
That's what they say about themselves. Doesn't inspire confidence. Alright, there we go. I got voice activation set up. And I guess what we're gonna... I personally am... Oh my god, League is... I'm being pinged to death. Okay, so what I was gonna say was... one of the things I think that TFH has as an advantage is they've really only done 15v15s. They haven't really branched out in the 20s. However, UL on the other hand is also almost a 15v15 maining guild. And I think they have the upper hand here just in experience. But we don't know what we're going to see from TFH. We don't get to see them a whole lot. And they've been doing a lot of scrims, getting a lot of practice in these past few weeks. So I think they'll be ready for tonight.
I think TFH is gonna win tonight. I feel like
think
they'll
they're gonna
be
win?
kind of close, but judging from other performances and just in general, I feel like TFH has the upper hand. But you can't be sure until they actually go head to head.
Honestly, I think that Night Legion, and just in general in terms of their style, they're really good. They really like that caster training style. They're gonna go after the TFH backline. It's all gonna depend if the driver King Gorilla can actually handle Cap and his aggressive pushes. Obviously, they run that full hammer front line, which they took from NS, and we're gonna have to see how that'll work out against a more mobile front line such as TFH's. I mean, we've seen hammers beat mobile front lines a lot, so it'll definitely be a close match. They're gonna. The big thing is if TFH can protect their casters or not. That's what's gonna come down to, because Cap I've seen him go really deep solo for casters even, and he catches them too.
Josh, you know
Alright.
how to lead the rest of this, right?
So let me see. We have 83 people
You
in
know
the
how to-
stream.
like,
How's
this
it
one's really
going?
straightforward.
And
Just
so
okay,
I guess
I'm
let's
going
explain
head
the
on.
tournament a little bit to people who don't know. The tournament,
so-
Fav, you can kind of go ahead since you did make up the tournament. Explain the rules of it.
Okay, so basically, there's going to be 4 guilds from each of the 3 servers, right? And it's going to be a complete round robin. So every guild
Well, it's not,
plays everyone else that's not on their server. So each guild plays a total of 8 matches, and each match will be a best of 7. And 3 points will be awarded for winning the actual GvG, 2 points will be awarded for winning a round, and 1 point will be awarded for losing the round. This is to encourage people to keep playing. And then basically what's going to happen is you're going to be competing against the guilds on your own server. So if you have the highest amount of points on your server, you move on to the finals, which will also be a round robin between the 3 servers, 1 guild from each server advancing. And we can figure out first, second, and third place from that round robin.
And just let's humor people, or humor me here. Just for anyone who's watching the stream, maybe they saw the Reddit post or the forum post. What how does GvG work, and especially in the 15v15 format? What can people expect to see tonight?
It's basically these. If you look at the world maps, the very bottom one is Obsidian Sanctum. Most GvGs occur there in the arena section of the Obsidian Sanctum, which is if you go down the tunnel farther up north. 15 members from each guild will meet in that arena and have a deathmatch kind of style, where each guild leader calls a timer, and they will begin on that timer. And when all members of the opposing guild are defeated, or the enemy guild leader calls GG, then the other guild wins, and it'll be a best of 7. So first to 4 are the winners, but all 7 rounds will be played for the point system.
All right, so Jordan, are you in here? I think he's in here. Can you go ahead and turn the music down just a little bit? People are saying it's very loud. All right, so the music's going, everything's ready to go. We're gonna get is the footage up? No. We have a camera. We have a feed, Jordan. You can unmute. Jordan's our technical director.
I am coming into the second now.
Alright, so we're gonna have a video feed pretty soon. Let's see. Can you please turn up the color? And so GvG Tier 2, it's interesting to see. I mean, a few months ago, everyone was claiming Tier 2 GvG is dead. Now the OS is packed. I'm lagging almost, and we have about 12 guilds now, and a lot of guilds still who want a GvG, but they're not in this tournament as well, other tiers. It's really cool to see now all of a sudden 12 guilds on NA alone, or in Tier 2 alone, are GvGing, doing 15v15, and so you can't say the scene is dead. And this is really one of the only times we've seen this many guilds who are that close together in competition.
Yeah, it's pretty much gotten to the point where every single night there's like multiple GvGs going on, and it's actually like a lot of the time it's really slow for the other guilds, just because like you have to sit and wait forever because there's so many people GvGing. Like, it's great, but at the same time it's kind of annoying.
There's like three different GvGs every single night. Like, OS is cute every night.
I think it's time to bring back the windmill GvGs, guys. I don't know about you.
That place is so cramped, dude.
I would love to
Never
see
again.
And no, Lax, the scene is not dead. This scene is very much alive. I'm gonna go ahead and ask, or I guess Faov and Chipp, you guys can talk about what you, some other things regarding the tournament, just picks and how you think some things are gonna play out. I'm gonna go ahead and get the information from UL and TFH and find out when we're gonna get this GvG started.
Alright, as far as compositions go, most people run fairly standard. You can obviously differ on the number of casters or gank and melee you run, but pretty standard ones would be Georgy, you're breathing really loud into the mic. Shut the fuck up.
Whoa, I'm sorry.
So
My bad.
there'll be usually around 4 warriors. It's 4 guardians, 3 warriors, 3 necros, 2 LEs, and 3 gank. That's a pretty standard one. You can run, varying amount of warriors or necros, so forth. Chipp, you can talk about gank for a little bit. What kind of gank do you expect to see? Mesmers, Rangers, Thieves?
Like, for the standard comp for 15s, a lot of people run the double Thief Mesmer just because you can put out a lot of like instant pressure, and you can get downs a lot quicker than you can with a double Mesmer Thief comp. So for 15s in the tournament, we'll probably see a lot of that. I know most guilds favor that. I think if it comes down to a more like stalled out playstyle from gank perspective, you might see teams swapping to double Mesmer Thief just so you can get the extra range pressure, or they might even swap in Rangers to just for the range pressure.
Yeah, I think my personal preference on gank in 15s is I like the double Thief Mesmer, because in general I feel like Thieves have a good matchup versus Mesmers. So to win the gank fight in particular, because there isn't too much pressure being thrown on by both sides and it's a relatively low amount of people, the Thieves can do a lot of work. But if you're playing a really ranged-oriented style where you have a range composition, I feel like Mesmers and Rangers will shine. I think it depends on what kind of composition you're running and what kind of playstyle that you plan on playing with.
Yeah, it really all just depends on the playstyle of each individual guild. I know us being in him, our playstyle actually varies like a lot from different rounds. And
What's
swap out gank
him?
accordingly.
I believe the guild was named Jim.
Oh,
Oh
dude.
yeah, Jim.
Gymnastics.
Jericho fanboy.
Alright, so some people in Twitch are asking who are the guilds. Let's go ahead and read off what the guilds who are playing and what their servers are.
Okay, so we have Night Legion UL from Yak's Bend versus TFH, the Fluttering Horde from Fort Aspenwood, as our first matchup for tonight. And our second matchup will be Boo Monsters Inc. from Yak's Bend and 2 the Guild Unknown from Fort Aspenwood.
And what are the guilds that we're going to see in this tournament?
Oh, total. Okay, so we have 4 guilds from each server, so 12 guilds total. The 4 Yak's Bend guilds are, off the top of my head, Fearless Him, Monsters Inc. Boo, Night Legion UL. Who's the 4th one? I'm so sorry.
I have it up. I'll read it off.
Alright,
It's
you got
from
this.
Yak's Bend, we have Monsters Inc. Boo, creative name, Dawn of Dementia, DUI, Fearless Him, or Jim, Gymnastics, and then we have Night Legion UL. For Fort Aspenwood, we have Adventure Time, BMO, Bomb on Me, Bomb, led by everyone's favorite driver, Tyrion, and the Guild Unknown, the Aussie Contenders, as well as the Fluttering Horde from my home server of Amalrock, represent. And then we go to the Sea of Sorrow, where we have Bad Guys Anonymous, BGA, the hyped up Tier 1 guild, Gun Squad, coming down to Tier 2 to represent. And then we have AE Eterna, and that's an interesting guild. We're going to talk about them in a bit here. And then, of course, we have the Sea of Sorrow's favorite, Ninth Legion. So I guess let's talk about some of the dark horses in this tournament. Obviously, I guess let's just start off with Eterna. I don't know if I'm pronouncing their name right. I probably am not.
I think Eterna, their guild leader is European. They were originally part of the guild. I think they still are during EU time. Visceral Effect, VE from EU, and a couple of them transferred over to NA to build a guild up on here. And they're actually, supposedly, I've never gotten to fight them, but they're supposedly pretty good. I heard their gank is quite good, so that'll be definitely something to watch out for.
One of the funny things about the guild that I learned last night when talking to some people is that they haven't been GvGing, and the reason for that is they're trying to prevent people from seeing or gauging how good they are, which is both good and bad. Because on one hand, yes, you get to have that air of mystery around you, but on the other hand, you haven't tested yourself yet against a lot of these guilds, so it's going to be interesting to see. But apparently, fuck you, Ben. Apparently, Eterna has a pretty good gank, from what I'm being told.
Yeah, one of their Mesmer's head dad is known for being pretty good at Mesmer and gank.
Yeah, Head Dad used to play for the D, right?
Yeah.
And so I mean that's one guild that we can get really excited about. Another guild to get really excited about is Bad Guys Anonymous, and we've seen they've kind of a new guild to the scene. And even though I can't say they've done particularly well, they keep trying, which is something that really impresses me. They don't stop. They keep doing rounds even if they lose over and over again. And same with Gun Squad, a guild coming from Tier 1, which apparently, from what I understand, they were very good on Tier 1. Coming here, they struggled at first, but then we got to see them really improve, and they even take a few rounds off of him and a few rounds off of
That never happened.
BMO. They did. I was there.
We haven't
What?
GvG Gun Squad yet.
We 5-0'd them.
Okay, the Knife Gang, whatever.
Oh,
What?
the knife gang.
The Knife
We
Gang.
5-0'd
They're-
the Knife Gang, whatever.
Alright, no you didn't.
Yeah, we did. What the
That's
fuck?
why.
they had Ethan Holmes dragging him down. It's okay.
Alright.
What the
Relax
fuck,
over
Georgy?
Kyra.
You
Alright, let's go on to the next guild that everyone's excited about. DUI. Well, actually, there's 3 guilds on Yak's Bend, or 4 guilds on Yak's Bend to be excited about. There's DUI, there's Boo, and there's Night Legion, our Brazilian contenders. And let's talk about Night Legions instead of the guild that's on display tonight. First off, their leader, and is I can't say former, but it was an NS member. His name's It's Cap. He's a Guardian. A good friend of mine as well, and he took a lot of things from NS and put them in Night Legion. It seems to work for them really well too. And, they've evolved their style to like almost like playing like they have great swords but with hammers, which is really good. The one thing that's weak for them right now is their gank, which we'll have to see how that plays out for them tonight against TFH. I don't know how their gank is.
I thought that UL's gank was pretty decent. I mean, I wouldn't say they're
Alright.
like amazing, but they're not bad, and I think they could make a pretty reasonable impact on tonight's games.
I've never actually watched y'all's gank, so I couldn't.
I'm just
really
basing it
comment
off
on
of it. Like, they put a video up on the forums that I like looked through it, and I was like, alright. That's legit all I'm basing it off of.
Alright, so then the other guild, let's go on. DUI, they're a new